What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, we got some breaking news, some interesting news, as is being reported that former unified 3-belt WBA, WBC, IBF welterweight world champion, superstar boxer, who is widely considered to be top 2, if not number 1, definitely top 5, pound for pound, one of the best fighters in the world, in Errol "The Truth" Spence Jr. Errol Spence Jr. took a nasty loss last night to his biggest rival in now undefeated 3-division world champion, former junior welterweight undisputed world champion, now the reigning undisputed welterweight world champion, superstar boxer, who is widely considered by many to be the number 1 best pound for pound fighter in the world, in Terence "Bud" Crawford, who is now 40 wins, no losses, no draws, 31 big wins by way of knockout. He is 35 years of age, 5'8" with a 74-inch arm reach. Terence Crawford dominated Errol Spence last night in what was seen to be the biggest fight in 40 years. One of the most anticipated fights since Floyd Mayweather Manny Pacquiao in 2015. This was an undisputed historic showdown, as Terence Crawford became an undisputed 2-division world champion to hold all 4 major sanction belts in 2 separate weight classes. Terence Crawford created history, as Terence Crawford became the first 4 major sanction belt undisputed welterweight world champion, and he became the first 4 major sanction belt junior welterweight world champion. So Terence Crawford is in the history books. This is officially Terence Crawford era. He dominated Errol Spence, dropped him 3 times, and stopped him in the 9th round. Errol Spence has a lot of pride. Errol Spence is a great fighter. Errol Spence has already, according to reports, petitioned and activated the rematch clause. It's not even a full 24 hours since he took that loss, and Errol Spence has already activated the rematch clause. This goes to show you Errol Spence is an absolute dog. Errol Spence is fully confident in himself and his abilities, and Errol Spence is a competitor. So he has already, we know immediately after the fight, Errol Spence, he stated that he wanted the rematch clause. He wanted to fight at junior middleweight, 154, in the next fight, and he said, hopefully we get it done in December. Well, now, according to reports, Errol Spence has officially petitioned already for the rematch. Already. We knew they had an immediate rematch clause, but he's already did it. Errol Spence basically did it from his hospital bed, right? You know, Errol Spence, he took a nasty beating yesterday. That's what he did. He took a nasty beating. He was dropped 3 times, took a nasty beating. And Errol Spence is ready to do it again. And Terence Crawford is willing to oblige. As Terence Crawford, he had already stated that he was willing to do the fight at 154 in the post-fight press conference. The question is it Errol Spence's pride that's getting the best of him? Is that what it is? We know when asked, Errol Spence stated that, you know, if the rematch had to take place at 147, he would have to sit and discuss it with his team. We already know the fan base is saying that Errol Spence was weight drained and couldn't make 147. He had a long layoff, which he did. All true. I'm sure 147 wasn't easy for Errol Spence to make. 147 wasn't easy for Terence Crawford to make. So with that said, Errol Spence wants this rematch and feels like he could do a lot of things better. He said his timing wasn't there. He made no excuses. Terence Crawford was just a better man. The question is, should they do an immediate rematch? Now, there's dates being thrown around. It could be December 9th. Errol Spence, Terence Crawford, Part 2, December 9th already. Is Errol Spence going to be healthy and ready to do it again December 9th? Should he do it December 9th is the question. I mean, this is July 30th today. So December, give Errol Spence time, but you got to keep in mind that he has to allow his body to heal, then go straight into a training camp. And at 154, Terence Crawford will be better suited. Errol Spence will be better suited. And there won't be any excuses. My thing is, should Errol Spence go into an immediate rematch? This can all but end Errol Spence's career. If Errol Spence rematches Terence Crawford and loses, this could end Errol Spence's career. If he takes the rematch at 154 and loses to Terence Crawford, well, then the fans are going to start to call for Terence Crawford to fight against possibly Jermell Charlo. Now, Jermell Charlo is Errol Spence's friend, stablemate, and training partner. Jermell Charlo is the undisputed junior middleweight world champion. Jermell Charlo is 35 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, 19 wins by way of knockout. He's 33 years of age, 5'11" and a half with a 73.5-inch arm reach. So he has longer arms than Errol Spence, but still shorter arms than Terence Crawford. He's going to dare to be great September 30th, as he's going to go up 2 weight classes from 154 to 168 to challenge the 4-division world champion Mexican superstar boxer who is widely considered by many to be the face of the sport of boxing. And he's the undisputed super middleweight world champion in Saul Canelo Alvarez. That's September 30th for Canelo Alvarez undisputed titles. Now, 2 of the major sanction belts, the IBF and the WBO, which Jermell Charlo has a mandatory, and Tim Tszyu, they already stated they're not going to strip Jermell Charlo because he's daring to be great. We know the WBC is not going to strip Jermell Charlo because they are in favor with Canelo Alvarez. So they don't want no negative kickback, so they're not going to strip him. So it comes down to the WBA. So if Jermell Charlo goes up and fights Canelo Alvarez, who's 59 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, 39 big wins by way of knockout. He's 33 years of age, 5'8" with a 70-inch arm reach. If Jermell Charlo loses to Canelo Alvarez, is he going to come back down to 154 to defend his titles? And if Terence Crawford beats Errol Spence in a rematch at 154, that's the fight that Terence Crawford was already focused on. He was drawing at Jermell Charlo. He told Jermell Charlo essentially in between the rounds, right before he stopped Errol Spence, that he was ducking him. Right? He called out Jermell Charlo. And this would be a huge fight, but we don't know what the future holds for Jermell Charlo. That's where the confusion lies. So the winner, Errol Spence, Terence Crawford 2 at 154, is going to be looking to gain the title. As Terence Crawford is going to be 36 years old in September. In September, Terence Crawford is going to be 36 years old. So he's 3 years older than Errol Spence, who just turned 33. So Terence Crawford is 3 years older, his elder, and he'll be 36 in September. So by the time Jermell Charlo fights Canelo, Terence Crawford is going to be 36 years of age. He don't have time. And so with that said, the question now is, are we going to see Jermell Charlo come back down? If he beats Canelo Alvarez, he's not coming back down. That's the given. He's not coming back down. So the question is, If he loses, does he come back down? And is it worth for Terence Crawford, depending upon how he loses? One thing I will say is yesterday showed that Errol Spence is not as twitchy as Terence Crawford. It's not as quick and athletic as Terence Crawford. And Terence Crawford was actually a stronger guy in the ring. It kind of put me in the mindset of when Chad Dawson fought Andre Ward. That type of fight. Although Terence Crawford dominated Errol Spence even more so than Andre Ward dominated Chad Dawson. Terence Crawford was quicker. He was stronger. He was more twitchy, more athletic. He was more poised. He had the better jab. He had more power. And he showed his physical strength. When Errol, he set the tone. He planted his flag in the second round when Errol Spence tried to push him off his square, and he just shoved Errol Spence back. So I don't know how much different Errol Spence can be. I know he'll have more energy. He has an extremely high work rate. He's fundamentally sound, but he has to clean up his defense because he was getting countered with Terence Crawford's jab all night. So we got to see how it unfolds and plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.